So I've tried to use TikTok like twice or make videos on there. The first time I got up to like maybe 200 subscribers before I deleted my account due to like cyberbullying and other factors and other things that were going on at that time. That just, I did not feel safe on that app. But more than that, I didn't feel like it was worth the energy I was putting in to just on a daily basis be being met with um like transphobia and bigotry and harassment and other things. And it was definitely to a much larger degree and extent than I face it on YouTube. I still face it on YouTube, but I usually just hide or delete the comments. It's not very many. Whereas on TikTok it was significantly more. That wasn't the first reason I left it the first time I left TikTok was because was more than just like harassment from random people. It was also that I was in a certain part of Witch Talk where I was talking with other theistic Satanists and had joined a bit of a community that was all sort of like based around being fans of a particular sorcerer and theistic Satanist. And unfortunately, a lot of this man's fans, I have nothing at all against this creator, but a lot of his fans were, for lack of a better way of putting it, very unwell people. And I found myself in this sort of like friend group that I thought these people were my friends. And one of them was a gay man who was transphobic and who, both towards me and towards a transgender friend of mine who is gender fluid. I myself am gender fluid, but he didn't know that. He was really transphobic towards my friend, and he had also personally betrayed me as well. And essentially was upset at me for pointing out white supremacy and racism in the history of Western occultism. And he was upset and threatened by me pointing out the racist history of New Age and other things, and I had a source for my claims, and he didn't care, because of course he didn't, because it wasn't actually about anything other than just shaming me to maintain his authority and maintain his popularity, and it was literally just a popularity contest. And as a multiply disabled person, I'm never going to win popularity contests because people just don't fucking care. They'll just believe whatever they're told. And even if you have sources and can prove your claims, they won't listen because they don't know about it. And unfortunately, he was one of these con artists in the occult that was latching on to the, at first was using the image of a far more honest and competent sorcerer to make himself look like he knew what he was talking about, but he really didn't. And he had personally betrayed me and also harmed a friend of mine, and this was back in 2024, and that was the first time that I left TikTok. The second time I left TikTok was due to more just general harassment, bullying, that sort of a thing. I only had like, I don't know, 30, maybe less followers the second time I tried to use TikTok. And genuinely every single day I was getting, and I don't care if it was bots or what it was, I was getting troll comments every single day, just a barrage of transphobia and harassment literally every day. And it was not worth it to me as someone that only had, the second time I was there, like 30 followers, to be met with daily bullying, harassment, and transphobia. Like, it was not worth it for my mental health. And so this is essentially why I don't use TikTok, why I don't trust TikTok, and why I do not intend to use it again in the future.